secretly evolving, or mysteriously disappearing. I've got a list of animals who were kept away from the eyes of people. Whether intentionally caged or accidentally captured, these creatures will prove why they were locked away for years.
I'm not gonna get close to it.
Secluded sun bear. A sun bear named Anne Marie was adopted by a family in Vietnam while she was a cub. Unfortunately, the cub was imprisoned behind rusty bars and missed the wild adventures. But in August 2016, a team of rescuers attempted to save her from this prison, breaking her free into a world she had longed for. Though her time in captivity left her with a few joint issues, the rescue team took her to a rehabilitation center. Here, Anne Marie's days became a mix of health checkups and exciting preparations. Now, you'd be happy to know that Anne Marie is free in the wild once more. It's not just about rescue, it's a journey of freedom. Fifi in need. There was a Syrian brown bear named Fifi who went through a lot. It all started when she was a tiny cub brought to a roadside zoo in Pennsylvania. For more than 10 years, Fifi had to entertain tourists. Not the best gig for a bear. When the zoo closed, things went downhill. Fifi spent over 2 decades in a small cage and looked not so great, with sunken eyes and thick fur. After a long time, rescuers from animal rights organizations showed up to save the day. They whisked Fifi away to a vast sanctuary with fresh grass and swimming spots and cozy underground dens. It was like moving from a tiny apartment to a super cool bear mansion. And in just 5 months hanging out in her new digs, Fifi went from feeling blah to super healthy. It was like she finally got the VIP ticket to the good life she totally deserved. The end, or should we say the beginning, of Fifi's awesome new chapter. Pygmy tarsier.
What the?
That was cool.
That was a great video right there. Oh.
Meet the Pygmy tarsier, a little monkey that comes out at night in Indonesia. These guys are a bit particular about their homes, liking places with not too many different plants. Let's go ahead and talk about their lifestyle. Pygmy tarsiers are like relationship champs. They stick with one partner for most of their lives. And guess what? They chat with each other using sounds so high-pitched that we humans can't even hear them. Their diet is like a mix of veggies and bugs, and the way they talk is just one more cool thing about these monkeys. People thought these tiny creatures were gone forever, but in 2000, some scientists found one by accident while catching rats. Since then, they've found a few more, but these little tarsiers are still really rare. So when night falls in Indonesia, the Pygmy tarsier adds a touch of mystery to the world of monkeys. Babirusa. Imagine a creature that seems like a mix between a hog and a deer, but with a twist. It's the Babirusa, found in Indonesian swamps and rainforests. The Babirusa's curling tusks have sparked intriguing folktales and mysteries. Some say males use them to swing from trees, while others believe they clear paths for females. A barrel-shaped body, delicate deer-like legs, and tusks that don't just grow down, but curl back up through the roof of its mouth towards its forehead make it truly one of a kind. Black leopard. Did you know that black leopards and black jaguars rock similar dark coats, but black leopards are often even rarer? People sometimes use the term black panther for both, highlighting their uniqueness. Enter the world of the black leopard, sometimes known as the black panther, a sleek and mysterious creature that's not a separate species, but a cool color variation within the leopard and jaguar families.
Gotten shots like this of the black leopard in Laikipia.
Now, what makes these big cats black? Well, it all comes down to genetics. Black leopards get their color from a rare gene mutation during the fertilization process, with 2 recessive alleles teaming up to create their sleek, dark look. Hairless bear. Let me tell you about Toledo, an endangered Andean bear who went through a lot, but found hope in the end. Surviving a unique condition, She was found during a surprise rescue mission in Peru led by wildlife workers. Toledo had a rough start in life, and all the stress and mistreatment made her lose all her fur, and she looked nothing like the majestic Andean bear she was supposed to be. Luckily, she got rescued from the circus and moved to a better place that feels like home. But because of her tough past, Toledo needed special care from vets to help her feel better in her mind. Even though her fur may never fully grow back, Toledo's life is way better now. In her new caring home, her playful personality shines bright, showing that kindness can make a big difference, even for a bear like Toledo. Snake-necked turtle. Unique name, a bit of a confusing appearance, and bizarre features that makes him stand out. I'm talking about the snake-necked turtle. This long snake-like neck serves many purposes, especially when danger lurks. The turtle can fold its neck against its body to hide. But wait, there's more. When it's looking for a snack, the neck and head stretch forward like a snake on a mission. This turtle also sports a wide, flat, oval-shaped shell that can grow up to 11 inches. Now for the cool trick. To catch its prey, the turtle opens its mouth wide, creating a vacuum to suck in its meal. Once caught, the turtle's mouth snaps shut, making sure its prize stays put. The mouth might open just a bit to let water pass, but keeps the prey right where it belongs, in the turtle's tummy. Alligator bug. In the jungles of Brazil, a guy exploring found something really weird. A creature that seemed like a mix of an alligator and an insect. A bug with a big grasshopper body and wings, plus a snout that looks like an alligator's. Whoa! Turns out it's called an alligator bug, or peanut-headed bug. When it spreads its wings, it shows off fancy eye spots that copy an owl. It's like this bug is pretending to be two different animals. Why does it do this? Well, it's a smart trick to scare away animals that might want to eat it. Chicoan peccary. Meet the peccary, a long-forgotten, funky hog that just came back from extinction. Back in the 1930s, scientists only knew about it from some old bones. People thought it was gone, but guess what? In Argentina's Chaco region, it showed up alive. Living it up in hot, dry spots, these peccaries move at a squad of 20, munching on different types of cacti in desert zones. The locals knew about these cool hogs, but it took the rest of the world until the 1970s to catch on. That's how this hog and 3,000 other members of its gang, who were considered to be long gone, got discovered by scientists. Specially abled orangutan. Eloise, the 55-year-old Bornean orangutan, has a unique story. Born with her umbilical cord around her neck, Eloise faced challenges, resulting in a cerebral palsy-like disorder. Due to special needs limiting her movement, she couldn't thrive in the wild. However, this resilient orangutan didn't let that stop her. Regular physical therapies became her routine, and despite rigid muscles, curled up feet, and challenges, Eloise got foot massages and treats during sessions. Now, she stands as the oldest female orangutan in the US. Her story tells us how determination can change one's fate. Flightless takahe. Back in the day, the Maori people hunted takahe, a flightless bird from New Zealand, but the Europeans didn't bother to give them a name until 1847, when they discovered some old bones. Things got a bit confusing when a living bird was grabbed from the wild and shipped to Europe, and after it passed away 50 years later, folks thought, that's it, end of the bird show. But Jeffrey Orbell, a scientist, found them hanging out in Murchison Mountains. Now the New Zealand Department of Conservation is like their superhero, running a program to keep them safe.
I think you caught sight of the other one. Go.
They've got around 500 takahe living it up on islands and in the Takahe Valley. Mighty wolf. This massive, fearsome wolf named Akela could easily terrify anyone, but this man shares an incredible bond with him, and he is the one who rescued him as a pup. Being the largest North American gray wolf globally, Akela is far from the typical pet. He lives in his designated space and is surprisingly gentle. But what's even more exciting is that his owner has big dreams of creating a massive aviary to give Akela the ultimate wolf experience. Now that's a wolf tale with a heartwarming twist. New Holland mouse. See this tiny mouse? Like seriously, small enough to sit on 2 fingers? Well, back in 1843, George Waterhouse talked about it. But then, it decided to play hide and seek for over 100 years. Fast forward to 1967, and they found it chilling in Ku-ring-gai Chase National Park. This little buddy, known as the New Holland mouse, rocks gray-brown fur and a dusty brown tail. There are around 8,000 of them left, but they're facing some tough times. People are on a mission to save them from going bye-bye, and that's super important. American forest turtle. In the Arakan Hills of western Myanmar lives a rare and endangered species. The American forest turtle was thought to be gone forever, but was rediscovered in the Rakhine Yoma elephant range. It's strange to know that even though it can live in water, it prefers land. Although scientists are working hard to protect the species, they face several challenges, like hunting, local consumption, and illegal trading in China. Ancient chimp. Little Mama is no ordinary chimp. She's breaking records by reaching her late 70s or early 80s, way beyond what's usual for chimpanzees. She is the world's oldest chimpanzee, residing in South Florida.
She's been with us ever since, a cornerstone of Lion Country Safari.
In the 1950s, Little Mama wowed crowds as a traveling ice skater. After her cool career, she found a home at Country Safari, where she became a star, showing off her special talents to visitors. Little Mama doesn't live in isolation, but shares her living space with a diverse chimp community. As Little Mama has gotten older, she's become more like humans, forming strong bonds with her caretakers and chimp buddies. Even though she still has some signs of aging, like gray hair and a fragile frame, her mind is still sharp. What's really special is that she can recognize the voice of her 30-year-old caretaker, and she responds with kindness to familiar voices. It's pretty amazing how connected and sharp she remains. Madagascar Serpent Eagle. Meet the Madagascar Serpent Eagle, a fascinating bird that's all on its own in the Eutriorchis genus, and the only one of its kind in Madagascar. Living in the lush forests, it's a survivor, once thought gone, but rediscovered. However, its home is at risk due to habitat loss. We're not exactly sure how many Madagascar serpent eagles are left, but it's probably not a lot, maybe just a few hundred. This mysterious bird needs our help to make sure it keeps soaring through the beautiful landscapes of Madagascar. With a wingspan of about 1 meter, this eagle is quite a sight. It loves hanging out in dense, humid forests, where it hunts lemurs, snakes, lizards, and frogs from high up spots, using its sharp talons to grab its prey. Monito del Monte. Say hello to Monito del Monte, or the Colo-Colo opossum. A cool critter living in southwestern South America. This little buddy is like a nature superhero because he's the last one standing from its ancient group, Microbiotheria. And it's the only New World member in the subgroup Australadelphia. When it's munchie time, this marsupial prefers insects and small invertebrates, but it's not opposed to some small fruits now and again. What's super cool is that, even though everyone thought it disappeared, the Monito del Monte is back and doing well. This furry friend loves hanging out in trees and does most of its activities at night. Thanks to its special tail, it's a tree climbing expert. The Monito del Monte makes its home in the South American mountain bamboo and temperate rainforests, living its best high-up life. Bermuda petrel. Meet the Bermuda petrel, or cahao, Bermuda's nighttime seabird. It was thought to be gone for 300 years, until a surprise comeback. Now, it's Bermuda's national bird on their money. People thought that cahao was gone forever, but scientists found 18 pairs nesting. This led to books, documentaries, and a national plan to keep them safe, especially on Nonsuch Island. Good news is that more Cahows are around now, but we're still working to make sure they stay safe. The story of the Cahow shows how one bird can bring a whole community together. Nelson Small-Eared Shrew. The little Nelson Small-Eared Shrew is a part of the Soricidae family and lives in eastern Mexico and was first discovered in 1894 by Edward William Nelson and Edward Alfonso Goldman on the slopes of the San Martin volcano in Veracruz. After its discovery, it played a game of hide-and-seek until 2004, making everyone worried it vanished forever. But surprise, a few showed up, though they're super rare, putting them on the critically endangered list. We don't know much about their life story, making them one of the world's top 100 most threatened species, and people are working hard to save and study them. Caspian horse. Meet the Caspian horse, aka the Oriental horse, a tiny pony born in Iran in 1965, thanks to Louise Firou, an American with a knack for creating breeds. Her recipe involved a handful of horses found in the Elburz Mountains. But hold those horses! Originally thought to be a brand new breed, a fossil from 3400 BCE turned up in 2011 at Gohar Tapa. Surprise, surprise, it matched the Caspian horse specs, suggesting they might be relatives of one of the oldest domestic horse species. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Even though Caspian horses have a super old story, they're in a bit of a tough spot. They're called critically endangered, making them part of the super exclusive club of the rarest horse gangs. But don't worry, there are awesome people on a mission to make sure these ancient buddies keep on rocking the horse world. Gastric brooding frog. Meet the gastric brooding frog, also known as the platypus frog, a special frog from Australia's Queensland. What's its superpower? Well, it's the only frog that does something crazy. The mom frog keeps her babies in her stomach. The mom swallows her tadpoles and they grow up inside her belly. Once they're big enough, she brings them back up and they hop off to do their own froggy things. Now, here's the wild part. People thought these frogs were gone forever. But guess what? Smart scientists in New South Wales did some cool cloning with DNA and brought them back from extinction. It's like a real-life superhero story, but these frogs are all about peace. No dino-sized drama here. Umbrella mouth gulper. A team exploring the deep waters of Hawaii found a weird creature with a big head. Turns out, this mysterious creature was a pelican gulper eel, a rare find known for its puffy mouth. And get this, it was just a baby. Grown-up eels of this type can get as long as 3 feet, just floating around 1,000 meters below the sea surface. When the team got closer, things got a bit dramatic.
Oh my god.
It's got like googly eyes.
I think he ate too much.
Yeah.
The creature puffed up its cheeks, showing off a huge jaw like a pelican's mouth. It seemed pretty defensive, but when they backed off with the camera, the creature relaxed again. So, in the deep sea, even the little guys can surprise you with their cool tricks. Yeti of the Deep. Deep in Antarctica's icy oceans, scientists found something really cool. They stumbled upon a bunch of Yeti crabs near mineral-rich hydrothermal vents, about 24,000 meters below sea level. It was like an underwater party of these hairy creatures, almost like they're from another planet. Now, these Yeti crabs are no ordinary crabs. They've got bacteria gardens on their chests covered in hairy tendrils, giving them a unique look. But here's the interesting part. The guys like to hang near the warm vents, while the ladies take a trip to cooler spots to keep their baby crabs safe. It's like a special Antarctic family strategy. So, in the freezing depths, scientists uncovered a whole new world of Yeti crabs, making the icy waters of Antarctica even more fascinating. Now, let's talk about our subscribers' choice for the day. Someone from our community sent us this fascinating image. If you ever come across a picture that makes you curious, just share it with us. Who knows, your image might grab the spotlight in one of our upcoming videos. Rangers stumbled upon a massive cane toad nicknamed Toadzilla. Spotted in the wilds of Australia, This female toad is not your average hopper. This cane toad weighed a whopping 5.95 pounds. She had jaws that could gobble up just about anything. Quick-thinking rangers captured Toadzilla, deciding to relocate her from the wild. But this toad tale took a turn, as Toadzilla found a new home in a museum, becoming the largest toad on record and contributing to some hop-worthy research. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon!